Hey everyone, it's Daniela from Sister Mediums. How are you guys? It is the beginning of March. Today is, the 4th. It's Friday, and it has been an incredibly busy week for Julie and I. Love that we're ending February with a bang and starting March with a bang. Just such great healing happening in the studio this week. We don't talk about our clients to one another, but we will absolutely share, was it a heavy day? Was it a, joyous day? Were you filled with energy? Did you meet someone with some, great energy? And it's like, oh yeah, I had some great clients today. And oh, I had some really heavy clients today. And one of the things that I can say that rings true is while healing is needed for everyone, there's been some really heavy stuff going on lately. Aside from just your usual grief, which everybody's coming in for, there's just so much more. So right off the bat, it is a time to let people realize that we need to come together and just be there for one another. Aside from what I'm going to pull today, that is a huge message is, just being there, being that listening ear to people who need to hear or need to have someone to hear them out. It's really important right now, especially. This world's a little bit, I don't even have the word for it. You all know what I'm talking about. It's challenging, to say the least. Now, feeling promising for sure, but definitely still challenging for a lot of people. So just a reminder to everyone to, as much as we are all going through something, if you can be that kind of listening ear to someone else, you really have no idea how much that can help someone else out, even in the midst of your own struggles. Just a little something that I thought we would share based on the last probably 2 weeks of readings and services and Reiki, etc. So I'm going to try to make this short. I say that every time, but I swear I'm going to, because I'm tired. I'm not going to lie. It's Friday at 6:20 something, and I didn't want to let this go any longer because every day there's something, there's work, there's this, there's that, and it's something I still want to make sure that I'm giving you this month, even though it's a bit late. We always vow to do it. So let's get going, okay? As usual, I'm going to have my angels, guides, and loved ones step in to guide me as to what I need to choose for anyone who is landing on this page. I need my glasses. I say that every time. Probably a different pair than last time. Yep. Just so you guys know, I bought these ones on Amazon. If anybody wants the link, let me know, and I'll put it in the comments or whatever you call it, right? Okay, so let's see what's going on this month. March is always one of the longer months in the year, and we always find it's one of our busiest. Spring is on the way, so there's kind of like that change and that buzz. Also happens to be ending of Pisces, beginning of Aries, my birthday month. So we've got some really, I find that especially with Pisces energy, things are either slowing down and there's that feeling of there's no big jump to have to get to the next step. But as soon as we switch over from Pisces to Aries, it's full steam ahead. So that's going to be towards the end of the month. 20-ish, 21, 22, 23, somewhere maybe around there is where you're going to see a really big jump. So some of you are already feeling for you that the month has started out slower. That's okay. It's going to pick up. Okay. First thing I'm hearing right off the bat is career. Let's see what's going on here. Change for people. Oh yeah. So some of you have been waiting. There's been this whole feeling, 5 is change. There's this feeling of, Raphael, I've gone through some healing phases in my life. I want the next step. What's it going to be? It's almost like you've opened up these boxes and realized you've got more gifts than you've been giving people. You've got gifts inside that you need to share with others. So some of you on this journey of either self-discovery or in your career, there's a path that has grown for you. Now is the time to shine. So take that center stage and make it happen, okay? 6 of Gabriel talks about balance. So here we are too, is that you're ready to share those gifts. You no longer need 20,000 people behind you, because a lot of people always want support or they want that push. And I get this feeling right off the bat is you're independent. Congrats. You've done a great job. That's exactly what this card says. You've done a wonderful job, and you're ready for the next step. So whatever you've been working on is now finally going to take place. This is fantastic. Also tells me speeches and speaking, which means you're doing something you're passionate about, using that throat chakra to bring forward information, share your gifts with others, whatever they are. And this can, some people just think we're talking spiritually, but this is in all capacities. If you're, a teacher, it's helping other people. Or it could be students or your coworkers. If we're talking about someone in the finance field, you're ready to take the next step. Maybe you have gotten some sort of designation and now you're ready to jump forward. Speaking of forward, I'm doing this, and of course the malachite caught my eye. Malachite is a stone of super personal transformation. That's what's coming, I think, for a lot of people. Okay? I feel like I'm losing my voice as always. Imagine how much talking we do in a week. Reading after reading, hour after hour. I'm surprised we don't lose our voices, but I guess we're replenished all the time, right? Okay, so just more confirmation here. You are ready. So if some of you haven't hit that step and you're still on, the fence, should I go ahead with this offer that's come my way? Should I wait? I'm feeling like you need to finally say yes. Stop waiting for the perfect time. There is no perfect time. We are human. We are going to have challenges that come our way. The calendar is always going to have something on the date. Oh, it's Christmas. Oh, it's my kid's birthday. Oh, it's this. Oh, there's an anniversary of that. I shouldn't do it around that time because it's so-and-so's, big party. You have to do you. Of course, yes, it's nice to try to work around the parameters of life and what comes our way, but guys, you can't lose the opportunities that come your way. This one here strongly for career, go for it. I also just heard relationship, so maybe we can tie that into relationship as well. For any of you who, this could be for a son, so we could be talking about people ready to take the next step. Mothers who are worried about their sons, are they ready to kind of take that step, do something big? Because you're worried about them. And it's like they've got to start looking in the mirror and recognizing their own self-worth. As a mom of boys, I know as much as I push them, I kind of, you keep them under your wing too. And it's like you don't want to see them fail, or, you don't want to just throw them to the wolves. But sometimes you have to. And you really got to let them figure stuff out on their own, good and bad, mistakes or not always going to be the right decision with what they choose. But you got to let them do that. So kind of felt that feeling of that's what they meant by relationship, was mother-son relationship, could be father-son relationship. Let them kind of go and figure themselves out. You can't keep holding them back, and you can't let them fit into this box. They need to honor who they are. This also could be somebody who's going through something very, very specific with one of their children, mainly someone who's in the divine masculine. Just know that they're protected. So if there is some worry there, know that they are protected, okay? Don't stress about this. But loosen the cord a little bit is kind of what I'm hearing. So back to relationships. Let's see what's going on here. I'm also hearing the name John. So if there's somebody who is, I don't know, somebody's looking for that confirmation. Oh my God, it's my relationship. I heard John. So I don't know if there's someone who's on the fence with somebody named John. Girl or guy, it doesn't matter. There is just something about John. I'll leave it to you that way. Whoa, did you see that? Was that spirit or what? I don't know. Sometimes I go back and I see things. I don't know if you guys see what I see, but I just saw like orbs going by. But anyway, okay, here we go. 3 things here. Children, love life is being affected by children. So there's this feeling, maybe John has a kid. Maybe you want to have a kid with John. Maybe John has nothing to do with this part at all, but I'm getting the feeling of whoever's in a relationship, you're just on the fence because it's either not sure if you can have kids, not sure if you want to have kids, Not sure if that person has the child already and it's a blended relationship, but it is affecting decisions with this relationship and moving forward. This card came upside down, okay, and it's playfulness. So it's showing me that there's something missing, and maybe they go hand in hand where, you know, you want to fulfill that inner child feeling in the relationship where there is playfulness, but in this case, it's showing me it's in reverse. So somebody is blocking that childlike nature. It's too serious. You haven't really gotten through that, I guess, facade of maybe the beginning of the relationship. And just reminding yourself that you deserve love, okay? Yeah, they said 2, 3, 4. Okay, this one's about finances and career. So you deserve love. If you're worried, maybe this person's not as stable as you are, or vice versa. But it's saying, don't forget you deserve love, but there's going to be some rough waters with this relationship. The red flags are already here. Yeah, I see them. She's wearing red too. It just tells me that she's passionate about maybe hanging on to what she has, or passionate about, I want to be able to contribute and I can't in the relationship, something to do financially. So I am hearing this feeling of, if this does continue, there'll be a lot of time you'll need alone to really work through things. Even though it makes me feel there's that strong foundation in this card, the sense I have is that it's there are more issues here that need to be resolved. And in order to not get to this point and then have to resolve them early on. Take action. Okay, so it's just saying, figure this out. Don't dismiss the signs, and don't dismiss the things that you're getting that make you feel a certain way. So again, what does that mean? Trust your intuition in the relationship. If you feel something, you're feeling it for a reason. People who say, oh no, you're just sensitive, or you're overthinking. No, you're not. No, you're not. Okay, you just know you're not. And usually you'll look back after and say, shit, I knew it. Like, I totally knew it. Why didn't I listen to myself? Why didn't I listen to my gut? And this is where we always try to get people to recognize, get more comfortable with being uncomfortable. That's one of the best things that you can do. So, yeah, some of you here, this is a shame card. You're feeling shame about something. Well, I just also heard the cheating or overlapping. So, you know, let's ask ourselves, who has some shame in the relationship where, you know, maybe it wasn't the most ideal way to get together. So there might be people talking on both ends, and now you're feeling uncomfortable. You know, I didn't know that he was still not divorced, or she was still not divorced, but yet we managed to come together. You know, not everything is ideal, and it's not about judgment, but there's always going to be judgment. And where there's judgment, there is usually shame as well. But I'm getting the feeling 5 and 3 is 8 also might have to do with money. So the shame might not have anything to do with cheating. It might have something to do with someone who's a gambler, somebody who spends too much money and they're feeling a certain way, but it affects the love life of this relationship. Let's see where we're headed. It can be fixed, okay? So this card here is a card of discipline that says it can be fixed, but you're going to have to really make sure that you have learned your lesson, or the other person has learned their lesson. Otherwise, you're just going to repeat the same mistake, or the same challenge will come your way. So healing needs to take place. Also, master healer. Ascended masters in this card. 3 and 3 is balance. So again, the feeling of, in this relationship, there needs to be balance. So whether it's money, whether it's career, it could be a number of things, but there needs to be that balance that has to take place. Knight of Raphael comes in. So saying, look for Archangel Raphael, call on him to help heal the situation, for one or both, or together. Mend this situation. But I'm also seeing full steam ahead. It means that this person really wants to be committed to you, and they're committed to fixing the internal struggles that they have. You know, just like the ocean and the beach, and you think of the water that comes in and the tide comes in and out, and we can wash this away, but we can also cry our tears. We can also let go of this situation. Just because, something wasn't ideal at one point doesn't mean it's always going to be that way. Okay, so you got to also give second chances and forgive. Did you see that? And forgiveness for, wow, I don't know. Did you guys all come in here for this or what? They are usually all here. So I'm also hearing somebody who needs some serious self-care. We all need self-care. Okay, so for anyone who tells me that they're great and they're perfect and everything's amazing, kudos to you, but I don't believe it. I think everybody, even if you're happy, even if things are going great in your life, you still need to nurture yourself. Like we are born as human beings who need to be nurtured. So take the time, do what it takes. Go out for dinner, go for a walk, journal, meditate, take a bath, have a glass of wine, whatever it is for you. Some people like to bake. Some people, want to cook. Whatever the case is, do it. Be with your friends. There's 1,000 things we can do. Oh, and I love this one. Okay, so spend time with friends. So there is something that, and it's crazy because of course there's the moon phases here. So it's like fine time. Look, they're doing tarot cards. They're having a fun night. That's actually a really good night. We haven't done one of those in a long time. Julie, remember that time that we had all the friends come here? We read everybody, and that was like, oh my God, years ago. Yeah, that's really cool. But it's like friends who are like family. So here we have 9 and 4, 9, 10, 11, 13. 3 and 1 is 4. 4 is family. So friends who are like family. That feeling of being comfortable and being able to be yourself with people, that's part of self-care. Sometimes our own family, even though they're blood, it's not always comfortable. It can be toxic. It can be, we hear it all the time. And relationships are not always perfect. I love seeing those families who really portray that everything's fantastic, but I think everybody's got something. So there's a feeling of sometimes I don't want to be with family. I need to find my other tribe, my friends who fulfill that need for me as well. Okay, and being in sync with the moon. So for those of you who are master manifestors, that's what I like to call people, because I truly believe that on every new moon and on every full moon, you can manifest what you want. And it all comes down to ritual. This is a part of self-care. I find that just, we're guilty of it too. We get on the wagon, off the wagon with all kinds of things. Sometimes it's health. Sometimes it's, our rituals with meditation. But one thing that I can say rings true all the time is even if we don't do our full moon sessions in the studio anymore, we've never really stopped doing them at home. There's been a few occasions where a few months we've let it go, or, we've thought about it but haven't done our full ritual with, lighting a candle, writing a letter, thinking of your intentions of what you want to release and what you want to manifest. And as soon as you get back to it, I'm telling you, things change. Like there's so much proof in the pudding with the amount of things that we suggest to you, because we've also tried them ourselves. And we know from ourselves being stuck in a situation or the feeling of uncertainty, it does move, it does change. So don't forget that. Use the tools to be a master manifester in all avenues that you can. New moon and full moon are the perfect time to do it, so do it. Now, I'm hearing health. Somebody is concerned about their health. So I don't know if someone just got some news or results from something. And I'm getting the card of do more research. Okay, so there's that feeling of, first of all, being outside. That's a card that tells me right away this person would benefit from outdoors, fresh air. And that sometimes leads us to what's in your house. Sometimes there are things in our home that are making us sick. And it could be, somebody who's using, non-soy candles, and these are all full of chemicals and things. It could be, certain foods you're eating. It could be, those plug-in things that are like killers. I'm telling you, there's certain things that affect people in other ways. So that's one thing. I just kind of felt that, but I'm also hearing the feeling of do your research. So get a second opinion, get a third opinion. Sometimes the doctors are not right. Well, we weren't going to go there, but yeah, trust the science, you can't always trust the science. And I'm not just talking about COVID, but we're talking about just in general when you go in for a checkup. You have to. You have to question things. And you have to make sure you're with the right person. Okay, so trust that. Update on the hand, just so you know. Does anybody want to see it? It's not really. Look, can you even tell I had surgery? Look how good it looks. Just wanted to share. Thank you so much to every single one of you who sent me great messages of well wishes. I so appreciate it. Maybe that's why I'm talking about this. Health. Do what's right for you. This was one of those surgeries where my recovery was not regimented with I have to do this, this, and this. I just enjoyed going with the flow. And sometimes that's a better thing. I never slept so much in my life, but I guess I needed it. And my body was telling me what to do. Sitting in the sun in my meditation room and not meditating, just being, was something I don't spend enough time doing. And it was great. And it's like, I want to do more of that. So you'll find the things you need. That research might lead you to what is better for you, okay? I'm also getting stretching. There's 1,000 things, millions, I guess, on YouTube. You can find so much on YouTube. Yoga, stretching, breathing, meditation. People ask all the time, where do I go? What do I do? Google it. I don't know. Sometimes I wonder, I don't have all the answers. Julie doesn't have all the answers. We have suggestions for sure. But I think of where we were 12 years ago. Start digging, start looking, go to a bookstore, Google whatever, self-care, meditation, what is it you're looking for? We didn't even have half of that at our fingertips, and you had to dig even harder. Now there's just even so much more out there. Keep finding what it is you want, and I feel like if you put it out there, it's going to come to you. But I got this thing with stretching is someone needs to do some serious stretching here. This is for the body, their limbs, whatever pain they have. This is a prayer to Archangel Raphael, thanking Archangel Raphael for staying by your side, motivating me to take excellent care of myself in all ways. So people with the back issues, I just heard that. If you already are prone to back issues, do the due diligence to stretch. Do that due diligence to kind of learn how your body responds to different exercises or different things, whether it's putting a cold pack on or heat pack. You have to take care of yourself because you can't wait for the back to go completely out. Yeah, you just can't. Okay, I got one more card. No, I don't. I have two more cards. Career, love, health. I'm not going there with family. I don't know why, but they just said no. So I guess family is not at the forefront, or for those of you who are in the midst of family situations, you're on your own with this one. Maybe this is why it's coming up. Somebody wanted to take a trip, not happening. I'm also getting that feeling of it should be the end of a difficult situation for someone, but in reverse, it's telling me it is not. While you want them to be balanced, you're kind of on your own on this. So somebody who's dealing with a specific family issue with one person, not more than one person, you're still going to be kind of battling that for a little bit. Maybe this is a month for insight. This is a month to take a step back and retreat and really figure out what you want to do, because it also is showing me that feeling of you've come all this way and now you've stopped what you're doing. So maybe you've created a boundary. Maybe you've made some decision to separate from this family member. And all of a sudden you're like, oh, I don't know, I'm kind of backpedaling because now I feel bad. I've had this conversation several times this week about people who create boundaries with family and friends, coworkers, and then all of a sudden the person they created the boundary with is really pissed off. And that's normal. It's normal for them to be upset because they're not used to you pushing back. They're not used to you maybe speaking your authentic truth. So I say keep speaking your truth because that's the only way you can honor yourself. And as individuals, we have to do that, and we don't do enough of it. Okay? So honor yourself in that situation. I can't believe I've been talking for 25 minutes, but I am going to cut this here. I've touched on what I need to. This is actually a spirit message from your loved ones. This is what you need to hear for the month. I feel like this is a month where you guys got to just go for it. Figure stuff out. Stop being in that stagnant place. Get out there. Go somewhere. Do something. Spirits around you, they're kind of pushing you and urging you to get for. Okay, this is crazy. This is a card that came out today in my reading, and it's blowing me away because I've shuffled this literally 10 times when I came home, and I just shuffled it all again now, and the same card came out. So it's clearly a general message for the collective that are watching this. This comes from your loved ones, your ancestors, those who would give you that knowledge or wisdom that you seek. The card is the Serenity card, okay? And it says the most important relationship you can have is with yourself. This is a time to honor, nurture, and love yourself more by seeking out and removing any negative feelings and emotions that are left over from yesterday. Don't let past issues and resentments interfere with your serenity today. Quite interesting because it is saying do the work. Figure out what you need to do for yourself. This is about the relationship you have with you, not necessarily the relationship with others. And sometimes breaking those barriers, telling people, I can't this month, not my time, I'll see you in April, but I'm taking time for me. It's absolutely necessary. So make sure you're doing this. I'm going to leave you guys with that. You want a close-up of it? Can you even see it? Yeah, you guys can see it. Great card. So with that, go out there, make March happen, get focused. If you are in the middle of breakup, if you're in the middle of, work not going your way, you didn't get the job you wanted, just remember every time those doors close, there is another one right behind it ready to open. And you can only get there if you take the step, okay? You have to take the first step. So get out there, go do what you got to do. Make it a very successful month for yourself and those around you. But self-care is at the forefront. So really it's all about you this month, okay? Make it happen. I will see you back here in May, which again, just around the corner. I swear I just did the January 1st reading. So enjoy it. I will see you guys soon. Blessings on blessings always. Lots of love from myself and Julie. And thanks for watching. And we'll see you soon. Ciao.